Okay, on your desk, you will find a sticky note. On this sticky note, what I want you to do is first write your name. Curtis, what are you going to do first? Awesome. Enrique, what are you going to do first? Okay, do that right now. Write down your name on the sticky note. Okay. On this sticky note, I want you to write down any prior knowledge. So remember, this is stuff you already know. This is your schema. Any prior knowledge that you have about characters, setting, or plot. Any of that. Character, setting, or plot. 1 minute is up. Go ahead and stop. Put your pencils down. Okay, now listen closely. Thank you, Jake, Curtis, Dulce. Perfect. What I need you to do is quickly and quietly, because you're the best class ever, as fast as you can, you're going to take your sticky note, you're going to walk up to the board and put it in that bubble. Brittany, what are you going to do? Amazing. Ready, set, be careful, go. Okay, so we are going to talk about what you guys already know from your schema. So let's take a look over here. The plot is the central idea. That is perfect. Characters are people. I know a setting is a place a story takes place in. I know what then a plot is. We didn't quite get finished. Character are the people. Awesome. A lot of you guys know what characters are. Characters is a person, an animal. Can characters be animals? Yeah, some stories are going to have animals in it. A setting is where it takes place. Awesome job. You guys remember a lot about this, which I am so happy you do. When would it be important for you to read a story accurately? And that means not messing up, not making mistakes. When would it be important for you to read it with perfect accuracy? What events do you think? Think about it for a second. Pull on your thinking beard. When do you think it'd be important to read the story accurately? I see some hands up. Keep thinking. Brayden.
You're reading like something that in school you need to learn something.
I love it. So he's in school now, so he's relating it to himself. So when he needs to learn something for school. Perfect. William. Always? Why? Yeah, William wants to be in the loop. He doesn't want to be left out, so he's going to do it always. Curtis?
During tests or just reading aloud with big girls.
That's what I thought of. When I thought of this, Jake, I was like, probably during a test, because we love taking tests, and it's important to perform our best. So I was like, I should probably read really well on my test, so that way I can get all the questions right. When I'm reading a story, I want to make sure I get all the information. I want to make sure I know who is in the story, why the story is taking place, what's happening in it. So to help me do this, I use a graphic organizer. What is a graphic organizer? You've used them before. What is a graphic organizer? When we talk about them, what is it? Think about it. I'm going to wait for more hands. What is a graphic organizer? Oh, I love all these smart people thinking about it. Jake. Kind of like a foursquare, yeah. So it helps you put all your thoughts down onto paper. So it helps you organize your ideas. I want you to think about, what are story elements? What are story elements? Think about it. I want you to talk to your partners. So when I say go, not a moment sooner, you're going to teach your partners what story elements are. Wait until I tell you to teach. Ready? Teach.
Okay.
Turn and teach to your partner. What are story elements? So stories have a character, a setting, and a plot. So first, I have a character. Mirror me, please. Thank you. Let's check your mirrors. See if they're working. Thank you, Jerry. He's right with me. First, we have characters. These are the people or the animals or creatures in your story. Jerry even did his face. He's like, I love it. So these are your people or your animals in the story. Thank you. Still with me, still with me. Then we have a setting. This is where, so you're going to look where and when the story takes place. There's two things, where and when the story takes place. Awesome. And the last one, thank you, Dom, for still being with me, is the plot. You have 3 parts. You have the problem. The events, what happens. And then you have the solution. Aha. Let me hear your aha. Aha. Perfect. Problem, the events, and the solution. Aha. Perfect. Mirror off. I want you to teach your partner these 3 things: characters, setting, and plot. And since you're the best class ever, I know you're going to do big voices, so that way your partner can hear you. And I know you're going to do big gestures, which you just learned, okay? Using big voices and big gestures. Ready? Teach.
Okay.
Turn and teach your partner. Thank you, Jerry. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right here I have a passage and I have my graphic organizer. I have my blue, my pink, and my orange. I'm going to, so I can remember, put sticky notes next to these different things so that way I know who's my character, setting, plot. So the blue is going to go with the blue, my character. So I'm going to read through it. Jack Rabbit was searching for shade. I'm looking for my character. Jack Rabbit was searching for shade. The sun shone high in the sky, and it was so hot that the cactus began to wilt. Jack Rabbit, that's Jack Rabbit twice. So I know who is my main character. It's an animal. And this time it is Jack Rabbit Jake. So I'm going to put a blue sticky note right by Jack Rabbit. That way I can know Jack Rabbit, main character. Now I'm looking for my setting, which is going to be my pink sticky note. So thinking of where and when it takes place. Jack Rabbit was searching for shade. The sun shone high in the sky, and it was so hot that the cactus began to wilt. Jack Rabbit turned and spotted the shade of his own shadow. He said, "If I run fast enough, I could lie down in it." He ran and ran until the sun went down. So where is this taking place? If it has a cactus, I'm going to think cactus. Oh, you guys are so smart. I'm going to do this one, though. Put your hands down. Thank you. A cactus. This is probably going to be in a desert. And I know 2 parts of the setting. What time of day it is? It's going to be noon because it's high. The sun's high in the sky. So I know that I have my 2 things. It's during the day and it's in the desert. Next, I'm going to try to find my problem. It says Jack Rabbit, he was looking for shade. He wanted shade because it was so hot out there. So he wanted the shade and he decided, hey, look at that shadow right there. It's his own shadow. If I run really fast, I'm going to catch it and I'm going to lay down in it. It's so silly. So Jack Rabbit, he wants his own shade, and the solution was he ran and he ran and he ran until the sun went down. And finally he got his shade because the sun was out. So I have my characters, setting, and plot. So now I'm going to write it in my graphic organizer. So character is Jack Rabbit. So I wrote down characters, Jack Rabbit. And my pink is my setting. So I wrote down the desert, and it's during the day. Now I'm going to go on to my problem. My problem was that he was trying to find some shade. So Jack Rabbit needed shade. Then I'm going to go into my events. He looked around the desert for shade. He saw his own shadow, and he tried to get it by running to catch it. And the solution was he ran until the sun went down. Poor little Jack Rabbit, just trying to catch his own shadow. So we are going to mirror this one more time. Mirror me. Characters are the people or the animals in the story. Characters are the people or the animals in the story. Mirror off. I want to hear it so loud. Teach it to your partners. When I say teach, wait for it. Teach.
Okay.
Go ahead and turn and teach to your partner. So we have our characters, which are the people or the animals that are found in the story. Then we have the setting. This is where and when the story takes place. Mirror me. Checking. Thank you. Setting is where and when the story takes place. Where and when the story takes place. Mirror off. You're going to teach your partner. Ready? Teach.
Okay.
Turn and teach. Thank you for using gestures. Class. I heard William using great gestures, and McKinley also too. So that is where and when the story takes place. And our last one, we have problem, events, and a solution. A problem is something the character is trying to solve or overcome. It's a task that they want to fix. So mirror me, please. You have a problem. Something the character is trying to fix. You have the events, which is what he takes to fix that problem. And then you have your solution, aha, which is the problem, how he solved it. Okay, ready, solution? Aha, how he solved the problem. Mirror off. You're going to teach all three parts. I want you this time to tell what is the problem, what are the events, and what is the solution to your partner with your gestures. Teach.
Okay.
So let's see now if you can teach all of these things together. So now you have your characters, your setting, and plot, all of them. I know you can do it because you're the best class ever in this whole school. So I know that you can do it. I know Brittany and Brittany back there, they are going to teach each other character, setting, and plot. Ready? Teach.
Okay.
Oh, I love how you are with me. You guys sound awesome. So for me, sometimes I'm like reading through it and I think, oh my goodness, this is so much information. How am I going to remember it all? So I don't tell anyone, sometimes use a little cheat sheet. I have the definitions next to me so that way I can make sure that I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to help you. You're welcome. Have your own little cheat sheet. I know Brittany's happy. We are going to make a little mini book of our own. So in this mini book, you're going to write down the definitions for character, setting, and plot. Okay? On the front cover, just the front cover, you're writing down story elements and your name. Story elements and your name. Go ahead and flip open. Once you're finished to the first page, you should have page 1 and 2. Page 1 and 2, just like mine. Thank you, Daniel. Page 1 and 2. Page 1 and 2. Thank you, Ashley. On page 1 and 2, you have an example up there. So you have character at the top of page 1, and then a character is a person, animal, or creature the story is about. And then on the left or on the right side, I want you to draw a picture to go with it that will help you remember that. So you're writing down the definition and then having a picture to go with it. Final page, you have your plot. Each plot contains a problem, the different events, and a solution. So you're writing that down. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Ashley. On the right side, you're drawing a picture, and you're going to put an orange dot with this one. We are going to form an inside-outside circle. So you are going to form an inside circle, outside circle. Once you're there, you're going to listen to directions. We're going to practice defining these elements. Take your book with you, so that way if you get stuck, you can just flip it right open and look at it. Inside, outside circle, I want it in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Ready? Dom's ready. He's got his stance. He's ready to go. Ready? Go. Okay. Inside circle. What you are going to do is you're going to pick a term. That's either characters, setting, or plot. You're going to say that word to the person in front of you. Person on the outside, so that'd be this group facing in. You're going to have to tell the definition of it. Okay? So let's practice it once. People on the inside, think of either characters, setting, problem, events, or solution. Think of it. Tell it to your person. Now define it. Now that you have memorized this strategy, the story elements, you've remembered the characters, you've memorized the setting and the plot, we're going to practice identifying them. What does identifying mean? If I want to identify something, what am I going to do? Think about it, Curtis.
Like, identifying is like remembering or you know who they are. Like,
Okay, so identifying is you recognize
Yes,
something.
recognize.
There we go. So we're going to look at the story and we're going to recognize, oh, that's a character. This is my setting. This is my plot. So that's what we're going to practice with this story. I want you to leave your mini books out. Leave these out. And I want you to open up your Wonders books to page 162. Open up your Wonders books to page 162. Thank you, Karen, for going to page 162. So we've been talking about finding common ground and sharing ideas. Yesterday you talked about why is it good to share ideas. Do you remember this? Why is it good to share ideas? We're going to read a story that goes along with that. So we're going to read a story that goes along with finding common grounds and sharing ideas. So flip to the next page. Go 2 pages over to page 166 and 167. This story is called The Rockers Build a Soccer Field. The Rockers Build a Soccer Field. And today you're going to read it to find who are our characters, what is the setting, and what is the plot. So that's what we're going to focus on for this. At your desk, you have some sticky notes. What are we going to be using these sticky notes for? Perfect. So as we read, we're going to use these and mark our character, setting, and plot. So go ahead, make sure everyone has sticky notes of each. So let's go ahead and start. The Rockers Build a Soccer Field. You should all have your sticky notes ready to mark it. Right now we're just going to mark and then we'll fill out the graphic organizer. And now it's your turn. You are going to be assigned a partner. So I want you to think, when we first got in that inside-outside circle, who was the first person across from you? Think about it. The first person across from you, that will be your partner. You're going to receive the passage called Hansel and Gretel. I love this passage because it is delicious. So Hansel and Gretel, together, you're going to first review what you're looking for. So you're going to think to your partner, what are we looking for, Jake?
Character, setting, and plot.
Character, say it again.
character, setting, and plot.
Take out your cheese. Take out your grater. Ready? Great, great, great. So we are looking for our characters, our setting, and our plot. We're going to read the passage, and we're going to use our sticky notes. If we run out, where can we take some from? From the Wonders book, the story we already read. So you're going to take some out. You're going to mark the passage, and then on the back, you're going to fill out the graphic organizer. Awesome, Kate. Go get started on this passage.